when I was 5, they ran all these different tests on me as far as like numbers, art, strength, and like athleticism. So after they got the results, they were just like, well, we see a young man who obviously has autism. Basically our conclusion is he'll graduate from high school, but barely. And, he's not going to go to college, and he's obviously not going to be an athlete. And there are group institutions that he can live in with other individuals like himself. My parents could have easily just thrown in the towel that day. So yeah, you're right, like there's no hope for him, but they didn't. My mom told me that she was devastated, but my dad told me that when they got to the third expert, he got up out of his chair and said, wait a minute, whoa, like I appreciate what you're doing. Let me tell you what our expectations are of our son. He's going to go to high school, he's going to graduate. He's going to go to college, and he's going to graduate. And from that day forward, despite what those doctors and professionals said, it wasn't going to stop my parents from making sure that I got the right resources and services that I needed to be successful. I've always told people, like, it's a lot of confusion and cloudiness. Jokes, sarcasm, nouns, verbs, and idioms. Those are my biggest struggles that I've had in my life, and I'm going to continue to have these struggles for the rest of my life. This doesn't take away the fact that I'm pretty darn proud to be on the spectrum. I could barely go to Michigan State football or basketball games as a kid because just the sounds of the arena, the lights, the horn on the scoreboard, it was just too much of an overload for me. Like I would have my head in my mom's lap. But how I learned to cope with the sounds was when I started to learn how to count from 0 to 10 and then backwards from 10 to 0, I would watch the scoreboard, and then as soon as I got to 5, 4, 3, 2, I would put my hands over my ears, and then the buzzer or the horn would blast. And then I would slowly take my hands off my ears just to kind of listen to the sound. And I did that every game. I was bullied because I have autism. So when I was in first grade, I had a lot of people bully me and tease me because of the things I said and did. And then there was this 5th grader who one day at recess, him and his buddies tricked me into putting my tongue on a frozen pole at recess because they knew I was going to be tricked easily into doing it because I have autism. And from that day forward, him and his buddies bullied me and teased me for it for a long, long time. But a lot of it when I got older was just doubt and disrespect from people who said I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. But at the same time, what happened in my past, like my scars, if you will, that motivated me to go out and just do things that people thought I could never do. I started playing when I was 7. The only thing I cared about was putting the ball in the hoop. And then when I got to middle school, it was more learning about different drills, different plays. And when I got to high school, it was all business for me. And then my focus became, okay, let's go prove people wrong, let's go shut some people up, and let's take care of business. So I really didn't have to worry too much about crowd noises or crowd effects or anything like that when I was in high school because I was just so focused on trying to do the right things on the court as well as off the court. When I got to Grand Valley State, I was having so much fun, but by my sophomore year, things changed. And then I remember I announced I was transferring, and I had other schools calling me saying they wanted me here on their team. But Michigan State was always the place I wanted to go. And so I remember Coach Izzo and I had a meeting, and he's like, "You're gonna have to work hard. You're gonna have to work harder than you ever worked before." And I looked at him. I said, "Coach, I said, you know me. I'll go through a brick wall for this program. I'll go through a brick wall for you." It made me realize how much he cared about me, but how much my dream of being a Michigan State Spartan meant to me. We had a team meeting my senior year, and he calls me in his office. He said, "I just want to let you know I'm 99.9% sure that you are officially on scholarship right now." And I didn't start screaming until maybe I left the building. And then when I got in my car, I started breaking down. The dream of finally not just being on scholarship, but being year at Michigan State officially on scholarship, my dream school, the place I always wanted to go to from the beginning, that's why I got so emotional, because it was so many years of hard work, so many years of people telling me I couldn't get to this point. What those doctors and professionals said about me when I was 5, what some of my bullies did to me, what some of my people who disrespected me in high school, what my doubters were saying about me in high school and even sometimes in college. And now I've made it. Believe it or not, my 5th grade bully waited for me outside of our arena one night after a game and asked me for an autograph. And I knew who he was. Like, when I saw him, I was like, there's no way that's who I think it is. He came up to me, was excited to see me. He shook my hand. We talked for a little bit. And then he asked me the question, hey, do you mind signing this for me? Yeah, like, not a problem, man. And so I signed it. We talked a little more, and he went his way, I went my way. And I just got my car and I laughed. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?